It's Magic 107.5, 97.5, the real sound of Atlanta. Ryan Cameron Uncensored. Ryan is out of town doing graduation for Kai. But in the building,
yes, we've
got the one, the only Kirk Franklin, y'all. One time for that, B. One time.
What's happening, y'all? What's happening?
Brother, it's good to see you, man.
I'm glad to be here, bro.
It's glad to see you. Listen, every time I see you, first of all, it's always, you know how normally the regular cats, and I call myself the regular cats, will go up to the icons and just be like, what's up, man? But you always pull up on me first with what's up, brother? I was like, oh, Kurt knows me. Kurt really knows me.
Hilarious.
Congratulations is in order because the BET Awards is coming and you're one of the icons, the Icon Awards.
Thank you, sir.
Talk about that.
I don't even know what to say about it.
I mean, but
it's just very humbling. It's
yeah.
just very humbling, and was not expecting it. Didn't even see it coming. Mm-hmm. And to be with such a great community of other men and women that are being acknowledged within that moment. Mariah Carey, Snoop Dogg, and Jamie Foxx, and I'm the church boy. You know what I'm saying? I think that I just want to make sure that I represent well, and I'm just grateful to be around.
I mean, but you're the church boy with so much influence on pop culture, on generations, and it ain't like just my generation. You got the what we call the YNs. Mm-hmm. They know Kirk Franklin, they know his music, they know his style, and they understand the realness of the man.
Thank you.
So that's iconish all around, right, Bonnie?
Of course. I mean, speaking of YNs, I'm a Glorilla fan, and I heard you on her album. Yeah. And I feel like growing up, sometimes traditionally, it's like you can't mix gospel or Christianity even with the hip hop culture. Like, you keep it separate. You might go out Saturday night, but Sunday morning you're in church, and it's two separate things. How have you feel like the evolution of music blending into the hip hop culture has changed, and why it's changed?
Well, I think that there's no way to alienate anything that has such an impact on culture, and I think that the voices of the community that have over-indexed a lot in hip hop historically, that you can't deny their influence on the world, and you can't deny that they were raised in somebody's church, and that they somebody's grandson from the youth choir, and all these nuanced spaces that Black people occupy, right? Mm-hmm. And so because of that, it was really destined to happen, that there were going to be these crossroads, that there's going to be this cross-pollination that just happens to be more fluid for us as people of color. Yeah. It's because, we love Jesus, but we also love smoke. You know what I'm saying? And so when you have those conversations, the music is going to influence whatever that narrative is happening at that moment.
We got more with Kirk Franklin right here on Ryan Cameron Uncensored. It's Magic 107.5, 97.5, the real sound of Atlanta. It's Magic 107.5, 97.5, the real sound of Atlanta. Ryan Cameron Uncensored, Kirk Franklin in the building. Okay, Do It Again, new single.
Yes.
I love it. They who let me hear? Willie Moe. Let me hear a little something. Willie Moe Jr.
Okay, so you got a snippet.
Willie Moe, not Willie Less. Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay, explain it. Do it again. What are we doing again?
Oh man, it's not what we're doing. It's more about what he's doing.
Okay.
And basically, it can be very challenging for some people in difficult times to have the confidence that the same God that showed up before in their past situations will actually pull back up again.
Nice.
That God really does spin the block. And so we have to have confidence that He'll do that again.
And you've got so many people, and speaking of spinning the block, which is perfect, who in this day and age, especially with everything going on, recession and tariffs and deportation and money's getting lost and companies don't have it no more. We're kind of desperate right now, and there's that person out there that just doesn't see the silver lining in it. You know what I'm saying? And you being a man of God, who brings the word, how can you express it? Just let people know everything is going to be okay. We've been down this road before.
You do the best you can, but at the same time, you acknowledge to people that their fears are legitimate, that their worries are concerned. You have them as well. I think that it is an insult for Christians to act like that they are that they are alienated from the realities that we all go through as humans. And I think that we've done people such a disservice historically, where we throw scriptures at people versus throwing truth to them and transparency. And so that's my job. That's my goal, to be very as honest and as candid about what I believe and what I struggle with. But what I don't know doesn't cancel out what I do know.
Now, you talk about being candid, and after the world reacted to your dance moves on stage, I mean, why do you think people were mad about what you were doing?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I need to go to dance class and learn some moves. I don't know.
Right. It had more so of the dance moves than the actual. I mean, I didn't see anything wrong with it, but again, I live in just. I like to say that I'm not religious. I am spiritual, and I'm sure you've heard people say that. Oftentimes, I don't know if that means something different to you when you hear people actually say that phrase. I think it's changed and it's evolved.
So much.
Yeah. And so it's like, what does that, when you hear somebody say that, what does it mean to you when you kind of like are just talking to them in the eyes of a man of God that does represent the church?
I think that I have to also be able for them to give me more context so that I can know how to respond to what it is that they're saying.
Right.
It's because of the level of fluidity that it is.
Right.
So that I can know where to land, not just with something, not to judge them, but just to know how to have an educated response in the conversation.
Because do you believe that you have to go to church in order to, I guess, worship? Or is it like a mandatory thing that you go to church once a month, once a week, whatever that case is?
It's never mandatory to go to church, but it's the same concept as going to the gym is also part of the vital process of staying in shape. So it's very much part of it, but it's not the mandatory mindset that is necessary. Because if you have a mandatory mindset even about the gym, you're not going to get the best results.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why it's very important to pick the right gym.
There you go.
As it is in picking the right church.
Well, that's what I meant.
That's what
I got
yeah,
you. I'm there with you.
We
got more with Kirk Franklin. All right, it's Ryan Cameron Uncensored. It's Magic 107.5, 97.5, the real sound of Atlanta. Magic 107.5, 97.5, the real sound of Atlanta. Ryan Cameron Uncensored, Kirk Franklin in the building. It is a pleasure to see you. This is family. This is RCU family right here. The Kingdom Business, or it's Kingdom Business that's on BET they're about to develop, or it's coming out soon?
Oh no, Kingdom Business is gone. It's
gone.
Yeah.
Okay, because I just saw an article that said it was coming back out. No. Okay.
No. We moved on to some doper things. We've got this digital event that we're doing now called Den of Kings, and it's an incredible show that's going to air Father's Day on all digital platforms, and it's shot brilliantly. It's beautiful, and the first episode is Father's Day episode with DC Young Fly, Robert Duvall, Lou Young, and Country Wayne. And it's men having manly conversations over dinner.
That's what's needed.
Yeah.
That's what's needed,
and it's real. It's so good.
I love that. I think that I saw I've only seen like 2 podcasts that are very specific to men having just real conversations that are needed in the Black community. And I hear every time people say that there's an attack on the Black men in our community. And where do you think that phrase stems from? Like, why do you feel like the Black man is being attacked so much compared to any other cultural?
Well, I think historically that's the case. I don't think it's anything new. I think that there are so many nuanced reasons. There's a multiplicity of spaces that men occupy that can become threatening when you don't engage. And I think that because not only is our space not only a race, it is also a culture. Most communities, most other races don't have culture. Now minorities have culture.
Yes.
But we know the European influence of Western North America does not really have that level of context. So the way that we move and execute a lot of times is very foreign to them.
I have a interesting question that I think I've seen float around the Instagram, and I know my answer based off biblical terms, but of course people will have their own. If you had to only save 2, do you save your spouse or do you save your kids?
I drown.
What?
I would drown.
Sacrifice yourself.
Yeah,
okay.
I drown. Yeah, I don't know how to answer that.
Okay, that's interesting.
I'm right there with him. I'm right there with him. Let my wife and let my kids carry on my legacy. You know what I'm saying? But let me save them so they can go on to bigger and better things. That's just me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But once again, thank you very much for
Thank you.
taking time.
Thank
You know what I'm
you.
saying? And make sure y'all check out the BET Awards. And also Do It Again, available June 6th.
Yep.
Right. Kirk Franklin, y'all, in the
Yeah.
building. One time for that, y'all. One time.